Everyone knows Korean corn dogs are amazing, but let me show you the flavorful way. So let's get started. First things first, we're going to grab a block of mozzarella cheese. We're going to cut this into rectangular pieces about 2.5 inches thick each. This is about the size that you're going for when you cut your mozzarella. Next, you want to take your sausage. I'm using the Caroline hot sausages, and you want to make sure that you cut off just a little bit at the top so that it's flat, so that it's easier to skewer with your cheese. Once your sausages are cut, you're going to skewer them with the cut side facing up. Then you're going to top that with your cheese, and then you're going to place these in the fridge while you prepare the rest of your ingredients to keep these cold. Now let's get started on our first batter mix. First, we need 1 cup of warm water. Now you're going to add in a teaspoon of instant yeast. Then you're going to mix that and set that aside. Next, to a bowl, you're going to add in 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, a half a teaspoon of fine sea salt, and lastly, you're going to add in 3 tablespoons of granulated sugar. You're going to whisk all of this together, either with a whisk or a fork for the best results. After everything is fully incorporated, you're going to add in your yeast mixture, then you're going to whisk that in until it's completely smooth. Then you're going to cover it with plastic wrap and let it sit for 30 minutes. Next, we're going to start prepping our potatoes while our batter is resting. Now, personally, I like to use these southern style hash browns. You can use fresh potatoes if you like, but personally, I feel like these take it to the next level. Now we're going to pour a little bit of vegetable oil into the skillet, and then we're going to heat that up on medium-high heat. Once your oil is hot, we're going to add in our potatoes. Now that your oil is hot, we're going to add in 1 cup of your potatoes, and then we're also going to add in 1 cup of frozen peppers. Once they have some color on it, then we're going to add in our seasoning. Now that your potatoes have some color to it, we're going to turn the heat down to low, and we're going to start adding in our seasonings. First, I'm going to start out with a little bit of the Slap Your Mama Cajun seasoning, then some black pepper, some adobo seasoning, and lastly, you're going to add in some Dash garlic and herb seasoning blend. After you add this in, you're going to mix everything all together. After you mix everything together, you're going to take it off the heat and put it in the fridge so it can cool completely. Now we can start to prepare our second batter mix. This one is going to be a lot simpler. Only thing we're going to need is 1 box of the Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuit mix. First, you're going to add the biscuit mix itself into the bowl. 1 cup of shredded mozzarella. You're free to use whatever cheese you like. I'm just going with mozzarella since I'm already using mozzarella inside of the Korean hot dogs as well. Next, you're going to slowly add in some cold water until your mix is not too thick, but it's also not too runny. Once your mix has the consistency of thick pancake batter, you're good to go and you can stop there. Now that all of our batters are made and ready to go, we're going to get started on a quick sauce. First, we're going to need a half a cup of mayo. Then we're going to need about a 1/4 cup of gochujang. Last, we're going to add in about a tablespoon of hot honey. After we add that in, we're going to mix everything together and set it aside in the fridge, and then we're going to start frying up our corn dogs. Before we start to coat our corn dogs, you want to make sure that you get a pot that's wide enough and deep enough to fit them in. After you do that, you want to fill that with some oil and heat that on high heat while you're prepping up your corn dogs. After taking your sausages and cheese out of the fridge, you want to dip them in either mix that you choose first. Then you want to dip them into the potatoes, making sure that they're fully covered. And then you want to do the same thing with the panko breadcrumbs. Now that all the corn dogs are coated, you're going to place them in the freezer for 5 to 10 minutes before frying. Once you're ready to fry, you want to make sure that you only place in 2 corn dogs at a time so that you don't overcrowd the oil. Now while your corn dogs are frying, you're going to get a bowl with a 1/4 cup of butter. And to your butter, you're going to add in your garlic and herb blend from your Cheddar Bay biscuit mix, and then you're going to melt this, and then you're going to mix everything together until it's fully combined. Once everything is done, you're going to take your butter mixture and you're going to brush that all over the corn dog that has the Cheddar Bay biscuit mix. Have your sauce on the side, and you're ready to enjoy your Korean corn dog. Bon appetit, everyone, and if you want to make your day a little more flavorful, like, follow, comment, and share for more.